Hello. At this point, you've just finished Ida's family problem. It was tricky, wasn't it? Knowing which questions to ask is the key to understanding complex problems. This is a fraction strip. Well, really, it's a rectangle, but we're going to call it a fraction strip. As we know, a fraction is a piece of a larger whole. This is only one strip. But if we divide the strip in half, now we have two halves of one strip. If we were able to draw one half as a fraction strip, it would look like this. Notice how half of the fraction strip is colored in. That means that this half of the strip is how much we have. We only have one out of two pieces, therefore we only have one half. If we were to draw 2/4 as a fraction, it would look like this. Notice that the same amount is shaded in as we saw with the 1/2 fraction strip. That is because 1/2 and 2/4 mean the same thing, 1/2. If we were to draw 7/12 as a fraction strip, it would look like this. We can see that 7/12 is larger than 2/4 or 1/2 thanks to our fraction strips. We can also see that 4/5 is larger than 5/7 or 1/3. Fraction strips help us compare fractions between one another. I'm going to show you a fraction, and I want you to create the fraction using your fraction strips. Problem 1, 7/8. If you need more time to look at the problem, feel free to pause the video now. When using your fraction strips, 7/8 should look something like this. 7 colored in pieces and 1 uncolored piece. Problem number 2, 1/6. Using fraction strips, 1/6 should look something like this. 1 colored in piece and 5 uncolored pieces. Problem number 3, 9/11. Using fraction strips, 9/11 should look something like this. 9 colored in pieces, 2 uncolored pieces. Problem number 4, 4/7. With our fraction strips, 4/7 should look something like this. 4 colored in pieces and 3 uncolored pieces. Now I'm going to show you a filled in fraction strip, and I would like you to write out the fraction using numbers. Problem number 1. Using our knowledge of fraction strips, we can tell that this is 6/9. Problem number 2. Using fraction strips, we know that this is 2/7. Problem number 3. We can tell that this problem is 3/12. Problem number 4. Using what we know about fraction strips, we can tell that this is 4/9. Good job! Hopefully by now you have a better understanding of how to use fraction strips to better understand fractions. When comparing fractions between one another, we can use symbols instead of words to help understand the relations. We call these comparison symbols. This is a comparison symbol. This means less than, which tells us that the number on the left side of the equation is less than the number on the right. For example, 1/4 is smaller than 3/5. This comparison symbol means is greater than. This tells us that the number on one side of an equation is greater than the number on the other side. For example, 6/8 is greater than 4/9. Finally, our last comparison symbol means is equal to. This tells us that the number on one side of an equation is equal to the number on the other side. For example, 2/6 is equal to 1/3. If you need help remembering which sign is greater than and which sign is less than, you can think of it this way. Draw the symbol as a monster. The monster is very hungry, so it is always trying to eat the largest number. Now that we have all of our tools, let's see if we can find out the relations between different fractions using fraction strips and comparison symbols. Problem number 1. 3/7 and 4/8. Take some time now to use your fraction strips to find the accurate comparison symbol. Think you found the answer? If we use our fraction strips, we can see that 3/7 is smaller than 4/8. We would write this using the less than comparison symbol. Problem number 2. Use your fraction strips to find the relationship between 2/6 and 3/9. Think you got it? Using our fraction strips, we can see that 2/6 and 3/9 are the same size. We can compare them using an equal sign. Problem number 3. Using what we've learned, find the relationship between 3/4 and 6/10. Think you found the answer? Using our fraction strips, we can see that 3/4 is larger than 6/10. The accurate comparison symbol to use for these numbers is the is greater than symbol. Now that you understand how to use comparison symbols in fraction strips, use this knowledge to answer the worksheets Miss Perry is handing out now. We are going to have a quiz over this at the end of class, so feel free to replay any part of this video or ask Miss Perry if you need help. Good luck!